Absolutely.
I'm Andre.
Hi.
I have a question. What are the legal ramifications of accepting the money of future customers in case if something does not work out and product flops and everything?
Yeah, so there's the law and there's the reality. I'll start with the reality. The reality is that, and I use the example of medical malpractice actually, which is that medical malpractice rates are not correlated as closely to rates of actual malpractice. They're correlated to the doctor's bedside manner. So let that sink in for a second. What that means is that if you're a good person, people sue you less. And so now what that means is, in the crowdfunding context, is if you communicate, like I was talking to the other gentleman in the back, if you communicate with your funders the whole way through and you were weekly sending updates about how cool it was to be running this cool company that they had effectively funded for you, and somewhere around month 6 things take a bad turn and all sorts of things fall apart, but you told them the whole way through and they'd already had 16 different communications from you and totally believed everything that you were doing and you were being honest with them, odds are decent that they'll understand. There's lots of actually cases of that all over the internet of flops that were led by teams that were really good communicators, and the actual fallout was way less than the fallout from a campaign where they essentially went dark, told no one about their money, it started looking like a fraud, pictures on the internet pop up of the person in Monte Carlo, and it's only bad. There are also examples of that. So that's, I think, the reality. As far as the law goes, you need to tell people when you're going to ship. You should charge cards as close to when you're going to ship product as possible. And if you are charging cards well in advance of when you're going to actually ship product, then you should be darn clear about when it's going to get shipped and make sure that they knew that at the time of purchase. Try and get them to understand that through an acceptance of terms of use. Talk with a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. But yeah, there are ways of phrasing it properly and making sure that your customers really understand what they're doing before they do it. And then there's the reality of just over-communicate, over-communicate, over-communicate. Plan on weekly or bi-weekly blog posts. Send at least 2 a month, I would say, leading up to and after you get the money. That kind of communication that's proactive is your best defense against getting sued.